Hello everybody, and welcome to Talladega for the Thanksgiving Turkey Trot Challenge, the second annual running of this race. It should be a fun one. 33 cars, 38 laps, which is less than last year. Just wanted to have less laps this year. Still should be a fun one though. Should see a lot of close racing, maybe some guys getting in the wall, but yeah, so real quick, we should get the command shortly, but go over our top 10. There should be a starting lineup graphic on screen that will appear as soon as we get the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Okay, so there should be a graphic on the screen. If there isn't, then please yell at me in the chat, I guess. But yeah. On pole is Michael POELLOT in that 15 car. He'll start next to Chase Harris in the 14. Then behind them is BRADYN PEREZ in the 20 and Casey Wells in the 67. And in the row behind them, it is the 45 of all in basic and the 47. And the 88 of Mike OXMALL. And then we have the 27 of Stephen Cologne and the 59 rather of Caleb Rose. Those are our top 10. The rest of the starting lineup should be hopefully on the bottom of your screen. If it's not, then my bad, I guess. Y'all can figure out where everyone is throughout the race, but if I don't put it on there. But 38 laps should be a fun one. I've seen, based off of last year, that you could be able to get away from the field pretty easily, and then if there's lap traffic, that can come into play. But I still expect to see 3 wide racing, maybe even some guys get up to like 4 wide. If they feel that there's a gap there. Of course, we could see some breakaways as well, but we'll have to see. Defending winner of this race is Anthony Elliott. He is not in the race, but his car is. The 88 is lined up 4th on the bottom lane. This year driven by Mike OXMALL. But yeah. Ready to go green. Come through turns 3 and 4. It's going to be the 15 and the 14. Going to lead us to the green. Pace car pulls down pit road as we come through the tri-oval. Hola and Harris going to lead us to the green flag here. And waiting. There we go. Drivers scatter everywhere as the green flag is in the air here in the Turkey Trot Challenge from Talladega. Lap 1 is complete. Give it to Michael POELLOT at the line, but they're 3 wide basically throughout the field, minus the top 2, as it's BRADYN PEREZ underneath POELLOT. Remember, if these guys get close to the wall up there, they could get stuck on it and then right around the top side in the wall, and then could potentially come down in front of traffic. So we don't want to see that happen, but it is always a possibility. POELLOT trying to hang tough, and we got a crash in the back. We knew we were going to see a big crash, and there's a solid amount of the field taken out in this one. The 24 of Kenneth Grant in it, the 18 as well, and the 8, so that's COGGS and Williams, I think. Racing back to line, though. It's almost 3 wide back to line. It's going to be BRADYN PEREZ winning the race back to the caution flag. And that is lap 3, first yellow, out here at Talladega. So it looked like more would be involved than that, but it was just about 3 or so cars, I believe. So yeah, it's BRADYN, PEREZ out in front, and it looked like the 18 was in it, the 8 was in it, and I believe the 24 were the 3 that got the worst of it. It looks like the 28 3 47, they were a little bit slower, so they may have gotten involved in it, but maybe didn't get the worst of it. But lap 3, first caution out from Talladega. We knew it was going to happen, but happens pretty early. We'll see what brought out the opening yellow here in the Turkey Trot Challenge from Talladega. Back from Talladega, and the wreck all starts with Andrew Williams here. He's going to get turned in front of the 24 of Grant and HAMILL. Got involved in this along with Sierra and Star. They're able to get through it though, but COGGS and Williams unfortunately involved. Grant and COGGS kind of piled in. Williams kind of was the one getting turned, but look at one more angle before we go back green. On board with Kenneth Grant. He's 4 wide at Talladega, not the best idea. Kind of gets pinched in the wall and then gets able to hit, and it's going to slide back down towards the apron. Unfortunate, but all of them should be able to continue. Not too much damage on those 3 cars. We'll go back racing shortly from Talladega. Well, welcome back to Talladega. The pace car lights are off. So, that can mean only one thing. We're going to get ready to go back green flag racing here. So before we do, though, let's look at who's where in our top 10. First is BRADYN, PEREZ, who made it through that wreck as the leader. LJ Toledo in second. I believe that's Mark SYLAS in the 30 is third. Let me quickly check. Yes. The 7 of Nathan Smith in fourth. Ethan Farley in fifth in the 66. The 5 of Jordan TIEGS, the other McLaren, in sixth. The 51 of Jared Spaniel in seventh. The 15 of Michael POELLOT in 8th, the 4 of Wyatt Floor in 9th, and then Stephen Colon in the 27. Rounding out your top 10, that's Max Sterling in the 98, I believe, and then I think that's the 12. No, that's the 21 of Nathan Will, 81 of Kyle McCleese, 88 of Mike Oxlong, and I believe Casey Wells is going to round out our top 15, and he will. Pace car down pit road. The green flag is going to be back out on lap 7 of 38 here at Talladega. At the line, it's going to be BRADYN, PEREZ out in front, but don't look now. And Mark SYLAS in the top side, trying to make that third and highest lane. Actually, there's a 4th lane forming up there with the 2 Aero McLaren SP cars of TIEGS and Smith all the way up there. They're trying to make a 4th line work. But SYLAS was up there in that 3rd lane. Now Toledo moving all the way up there. But that's the 81 of McCleese coming with a run, and he's going to have a huge run down the back straightaway. But don't look now, it's the 88 of Mike Oxlong. Again, the 88 car showing their its speed at Talladega. And some of these guys getting really close to the wall there. PEREZ is going to fall back. There's that pink car all the way down to the double yellow line. It's Cody GOFORTH. So at the line, it's going to be dead even between. I don't actually think. I think I said that was Kyle McCleese. I think that's Jared Spaniel in the 51. And it is. Spaniel out in front, but Oxlong is going to try to make the move or the pass work on the bottom. Oh, we got a car on the wall up there. It's BRADYN, PEREZ, and we knew if they could get close to the wall, that could be really bad as they could hit it. on the back straightaway. Looks like Perez was able to gather it back together, though. But how about Cody Goforth on the bottom lane in his number 60? He's going to power around him, and he's going to take his chance at the lead, his shot at the top spot. But here comes Charlie Davenport in the 12, and then that's Caleb Rose, I believe, all the way down, maybe in that blue car. 3 wide at the line, and it is Rose in the 59. 3 wide for first, almost 4 wide for about second. And we got a car on the wall. It's the 88. Oh, and that's going to be a big hit. Into the wall they go, and the caution is going to be out. That's a big hit. I think it might be Casey Wells. One of the McLaren cars, that's Nathan Smith. He's going to be out of the race. His day, unfortunately, done. We're going to race back to the line. I think that's one of the Sierras. I think that's Olivier Sierre. He's going to be racing back to the line. Oh, it's going to be close. Give it to Jordan Teagues and the other McLaren. His teammate just wrecked. But man, that was a big hit. I think that might have been Casey Wells in the 67. I'm not sure who took that really big hit into the wall. But we'll see. I saw someone get in the wall and then someone turned down. But the second caution here out on lap 11. We'll see what brought it out when we come back from Talladega. We're back from Talladega. We're looking at Nathan Smith in the McLaren. You can see they get in the wall up there. And the 21 actually gets pinched. And oh my God, what a hit. It's Nathan Smith. And that is Casey Wells in the 67. A huge hit for both of them. And that actually didn't have anything to do with the 88 hitting the wall. They just, I guess, made contact. We'll look at a few more angles of that, but that was a huge hit for both of those guys. This is the overhead cam on Casey Wells. I kind of got pinched by the 4, and that's a huge hit. Yeah, he got pinched down by the 4 there, and a big hit for them. We'll look at the onboard, I think, for Smith, and then we'll catch back up, but big hits for both of them. This is exactly what Nathan Smith was seeing. Once he gets through the wall here, he's driving. You can see, I mean, there's nothing really bad happening. Then he gets contact. Oh my, what a hit. Luckily, both of them are okay, but a huge hit nevertheless. Both of them, probably days are done. But catch back up from Talladega shortly. And we're back from Talladega. We're going to go green here shortly. Since the pace car lights are off, you know that means we're going to go back green. You see our leader is not who we expected it to be. Michael POELLOT, I assume, pitted because he was running in last when the caution happened. So we're going to assume Michael pitted under green. And this ends up meaning he doesn't have to pit here. So this puts the 15, who started on pole, back in P1 for the second time today. He's going to have the other McLaren, the one that didn't take that big hit, of Jordan Teagues behind him in second. Then it's Lucas Holmes, Olivier Sierre in fourth. And then I believe that's Arwen Basic rounding out our top 5. Rose, maybe COGGS. It's kind of hard to tell right here. Then I believe it's Davenport in the 12. Will in the 21. And then I forgot who the 41 was. I think it's Harris. I think it's one of the Harrises, I think. Yeah, it rounds out our top 10. Green flag back in the air. Michael POELLOT going us back to the green. dead even at the line. And I just checked, by the way, the 41 is Chase Harris. Might have said Chase was on pole or started second at the start of the race. That was Colby Harris in the 14. Meanwhile, though, at the line, I think they did give it to Jordan Teagues. As someone's in the wall back there, that's Lucas Holmes. And he stayed in the wall a while in his 29 car. So it was Teagues at the line, but Rose is able to get out ahead. There's the 66, I think, of Ethan Farley. And it's a good job by Rose. Never mind, Farley's going to peak all the way down to the bottom. And Ethan Farley's going to have a run at it. So we're right around halfway or so. Lap 17 out of 38. Still have a long way to go here from Talladega. I was going to say 3x3x3, but not really. Still, though, really tight pack racing. Got to be worried if you go down the back straightaway just after you saw what happened with Nathan Smith and Casey Wells. Both of them out of the race. You got to be worried if you go down that back straightaway or the front straightaway to not hook someone. You can see what happens. Both of them hit the wall. Both of them are okay, but still big hits. At the line, it was the 59 that last lap. Now it's the 27 of Stephen Colon. And speaking of big hits, last year Stephen Colon ended up flipping. He was in that 12 car, which is somewhere in this pack, pretty far back now in the group. But Colon ended up flipping at Talladega last year. And I don't know, we got cars on the wall again. That's the 59 of Rose, and I believe the 20 of Perez. It was last year, and actually kind of this year caused the stack up there that sent Smith and Wells down the back straightaway crashing. But last year, Colon kind of hit the wall and stayed up there, I think, or someone hit the wall. And eventually he kind of got turned and flipped, and it was a big crash. And although we saw earlier with Smith almost flipping, I mean, he might have actually flipped now that I think about it. But Colon has the experience of flipping at Talladega. Now he's up in the front, so Talladega could just show you can be lucky one year and unlucky the next, or vice versa. Running up front, he's in the top side, but don't think now there's Kyle McLeese in his first, I guess, Thanksgiving race in the 81. Mike OXMALL in that race-winning car last year. So another car on the wall back there. That's Paul Antoine. He'll fall back with the 59 and the 20. Down the back straightaway. Man, look at how tightly packed these guys are. One small mistake, and it can cause a huge pileup. McLeese out in front. He has Mike OXMALL right behind him. Along with... That's actually not Perez that got sent back there. That might have been Nathan Will. I think it's a black car. Probably an Ed Carpenter car. As Perez is up here in the top 5. I don't really know who that was that was sent way back there. But yeah, Braden's up there, and he's up there in third right now. Second on the top, the middle lane, I guess is what you would call it. Oh, another car on the wall. That's Jared Spaniel back there. And Cody Goforth not getting much help out either. He gets held up back there in the pink car. Man, whoever that black car was must either hit it or something. That is Diego Vasquez that got held up there. So, okay. It's similar black cars. Down the front straightaway. It's still McLeese out in front, but here comes some Penske cars of Patrick Starr and LJ Toledo. At the line, it's going to be 21. Toledo in the Menards car. He's going to make a move all the way down to the bottom. He's going to try to get around Oxlong. Another car on the wall. That's R1 Basic. Man, these guys, when you get hooked onto the wall in these Indy cars, there's no getting off of it. And that's why we see some of these guys trailing off. This will now be basically a 20 car pack, maybe a little bit more. Maybe about 21 car pack now. As the 45 is basically the last guy not in this pack. Goes basically back to the 15, maybe even not him. And we saw it last year. I don't remember exactly who, but someone was able to pull away. and control the lanes. And we're seeing this with McCleese here. As they're 3 wide behind him, he's doing a nice job of controlling the lanes. When it was basically lead change after lead change, now it's basically, okay, I've just got to hold this lead, and the 81's doing a good job of that. Down the back straightaway. About 3 wide, the 1's in the middle, and the 14 on the bottom. So Colby Harris, who started second, gaining a lot of ground. The 81's not going to cover the bottom here. An interesting strategy, and I don't think that's going to help out the 81. No, it won't. So move Colby Harris back up into the top spot, but he's going to have to try to hold on to it. Side by side with the 81. Don't look now. Here comes the 9. Joshua Harrison making a move, but he's going to be cut off by the 14. And back to the line, it's going to be side by side, but the 14 now has the momentum, and he's going to side draft. I think you can do these in Indy cars. You're going to try to side draft the 81. And he'll clear him, so he can move up if he wants to, but I doubt he will. Now he does, though, down the back straightaway to cover the top. Could see him move back down to the bottom in the corners, though, so he doesn't see Joshua Harrison get a nice run. Ooh, how about the 21? Nathan Will with a big run. Tons of momentum for that 21. We're back to 3 by 3 by 3. 14 going to let off a little bit. And behind the 21, that is, I believe, maybe his Ed Carpenter teammate. I thought it might be Perez. Now I don't think it is. See at the line who this is behind the 21. Is it? Okay, I think it is, yeah. So it is Perez. Oh, and Braden's going to get split. 3 wide for second. It's Patrick Starr in the 3 making an aggressive move. Nathan Will now has his turn at the lead. He might do exactly what we saw Kyle McCleese do at the front, and he might lead a few laps here. Patrick Starr, and we've got a wreck. And it's a big one. Multiple cars hooked in back in front of the field. The 12 in it, the 1 in it. That's a couple of Penske cars. That's a 30. The 22's in it. Oh, my... Oh, LJ Toledo's on his roof. What a hit. 45 in it. The 30's around. The 8. The 7. The 15's is definitely done. Back to the line. Somehow we still have about 10 cars still competitive. It's going to be Nathan Will winning the race back to the line, but that's about half the field that was still competitive. Gone. Nathan Will wins the race back to the line. It's Patrick Starr, Braden Perez, Colby Harris, and Ryan Coggs, the top 5. So a big crash, and I think the biggest one we've had tonight here in Talladega. And we were getting close to the end anyway. These guys starting to maybe get a little bit more aggressive. But let's see what brought out the big one. We knew it was going to happen, but let's see what brought it out here from Talladega. Back from Talladega, you see they're 4 wide. That's Harris, Tiegs, I believe Grant, and then Floor, and they all get turned. The 7's going to go back up in front of the 22, and then that's a huge pile up. Nowhere to go. The 30 in it, the 5, and you can see guys just piling into it. 22 on his roof. We need to look at a few onboard cameras because, man, there were some wild rides for some of these guys. Down the back straightaway, on board with Mike OXMALL. See they're going kind of 4 wide up there. Just contact, and he's going to almost flip, go on 2 wheels, and slide back into the 4. And you can see in his mirror back there the 22 is flipping. Oh my gosh, that was a huge hit. And you could see perfectly all the 22 just flipping. Might need to ride on board with LJ Toledo before we go back green, but man, many good cars taken out. On board with LJ Toledo. And at first, you might think he makes it through the wreck, but wait for it. See, thinks he got through it, but the 5 going to come back up and just, man, almost instant. Sent up and over, and then wait for it. Boom. Sent into the air again. Huge hit. Lands on all 4s, but a big hit with 22. A big hit for a lot of those guys, but we'll go back green again from Talladega. And we're back from Talladega. Pace car lights are off, so we're going to go green this time. Although I'm sure many of these guys don't want to go green this time because that wreck took out so many cars. You can see the field is a lot smaller. Nathan Will, though, I mean, this could be big for him because Not going to be as many competitive cars. Well, let's see who's out of the race. So we already knew it was the 7 and the 67 were out, but new guys out of this do that record. Jared Spaniel, Arwin Basic, LJ Toledo, Will Parrish, Wyatt Floor, Jordan Tiegs, and Alejandro Cruz Jr. I believe in that. Yeah, that is all the guys out of the race. 24 cars left. We started with 33. It looks like 7 guys, I believe, taken out in that wreck, 2 taken out in the earlier wreck. We're going to restart with about 10 to go. And Nathan Will, one of the only guys on this track that does not have any damage, honestly. But he just survived. I mean, we could still get another wreck. We'll have to see who's going to survive. Green flag back in the air from Talladega yet again. At the line, give it to BRADYN PEREZ. And it is 2 by 2. Not really sure how many rows deep this is. At least 9 rows. Maybe back to the 28 of Sierra and the 47 of Hamill back there. 24 of Grant maybe could get involved in this draft. But those guys way towards the back. Don't really have much of a chance. Pass for the lead, maybe. Joshua Harrison underneath Colby Harris. But how about Stephen Colon? Imagine how crazy that would be, going from last year flipping to this year maybe winning at Talladega. But he's going to have Kyle McLeese behind him, giving him, I wouldn't say a push, but a lot of help, as you need help here at Talladega on the line, at least behind you, and in front of you, rather. But you're going to need some help. Colon's going to move up top, McLeese to the bottom, or the middle, rather. How about Rose to the bottom? Caleb Rose going to challenge the lead. And how about Diego Vasquez back there in the 10? We haven't really talked about him much all day, but he's in a potential spot here to maybe challenge for the lead. Olivier Sierre behind him in the 55. That car actually, again, forgot the driver's name, but almost won last year. Could maybe that car get redemption and win here at Talladega? I still think we could have another caution. Look at how aggressive these guys are racing. They're going 4 wide here. We could definitely get another yellow. Back to the line, though. It's still the 59 of Caleb Rose. Can Caleb Rose win here in Talladega? So as Sierra's going to make the move to the bottom, 3 wide for the lead. I was going to point out how both... 27 in the wall. That's Stephen Colon. And he's still in the wall. I was going to point out how Sierra, first off, is the leader, but then Paul Antoine Sierra is in the 28 back there on the bottom lane. So good run for both of them. Oh no, we got another crash. And this is almost as big. Oh, the 66. 27 drove right under him, and that's Stephen Colon's race. Oh, the 24 is going to get turned back up in the field. Oh, it's a huge crash. The 30 definitely out. It's the big one. Racing back to the line. Where did he come from? Lucas Holmes. This is going to win the race back to the line. But this is going to set us up with a few laps to go restart here. But this is another small, I guess, small wreck compared to the last one. But Lucas Holmes is out in front. And I think we'll go back green, but not with many laps to go. But, man, again, more competitive cars taken out from Talladega later this time. Not many laps to go. Probably won't go back green, but we'll see what brought up potentially the last caution here from Talladega. Back from Talladega, the helicopter cam is really going to show us another good look here. 3 wide, it's Perez, Harrison, and McLeese, and they just run out of room. 14 of Harris involved, a 30, and man, the 27 drives under him. And then watch out, because there's going to be some more guys piling in. The 24. Big hit. Some smaller hits there, but man, a big crash, and this is going to take out many of the competitive cars here. From Talladega, we'll look at one, as they're still hitting into each other. Look at one more angle, though, before we go back green. On board with Kenneth Grant, and it's hard to see, but the wreck is happening way up in front of him. You think, okay, just brake. He does brake. Thinks everyone's on the apron, but all of a sudden, oh, man, that just comes out of nowhere. And then he gets hit by Mike Oxthorn late. But, man, you thought you made it through pretty easily, and just no. But big crash. Hopefully we'll go back green from Talladega. We'll have to see, though. Welcome back to Talladega. The pace car lights are off, so we're going to go back green on lap 37. And as you see back here, we do have a car on the apron, and it's Diego Vasquez, and I think that's going to be an issue for the 10. And I don't think he'll restart. He'll probably come down pit road, but I don't think he'll finish this race. Some kind of issue for the 10. As we go back green, not many cars left in the race. You know, actually, no, he's probably going to come down pit road here. But we look at the running order. It's going to be Holmes in the 29. Then it's Ryan COGGS, Olivier Sierre, Patrick Starr, Paul-Antoine Sierre. Is that the 98? It is a Max Sterling. The 15 of Michael POELLOT. Caleb Rose still in here. Nathan Will. Cody Goforth. Derek Hamill. Back to Harris, and then the 18. Still a few guys left in that race. Davenport as well in the 88. Along, I think that might actually be the 88. I don't know. There's still a lot of guys still in this running, but green flag still, like I mentioned, back in the air, though. Only a few more laps to settle this. Normally I'd wait a lap and then start talking, but we only have 15 cars on track. Davenport very slow. The 66 of Farley, that's who that car was back there. One of the last guys that's competitive. But this is about going to be a 10-car pack. Lucas Holmes trying to defend, but Ryan COGGS coming with a run. How about Patrick Starr in the 3? Nathan Will behind him. Rose on the bottom lane as well. We're going to come to the white flag. Who's going to win? Here at Talladega, here comes Patrick Starr coming with a run. Can he get the win? 3 wide at the line. White flag. They're 3 wide. First, second, third. Now Starr's got a little bit of a gap. But is he going to be able to defend well down the back straightaway? Can Caleb Rose get enough of a push to maybe find a gap underneath the 3, either into 3 and 4, and maybe exiting the corner? Starr's going to stay up. Here comes Rose. He's going to have a run. Caleb Rose with momentum. They're going to be side by side. I wouldn't count out Cody Goforth in that 60 either. Down the front straightaway. Still side by side. The 60 I don't think will be a factor. He might just stay in line. They're going to race back to line. It's going to be dead even. At the line. Oh, I think it might have been Patrick Starr on the top side. And it was dead even. They're going to count it as a tie. And they're going to give it to Patrick Starr just barely over Caleb Rose. And I thought Rose was going to have the momentum on the bottom. But no, Patrick Starr barely just wins this one. Wow. Might have to take a few... Might have to look at that finish again. Just look at a few more angles of that. But man, what a finish. How about that? Patrick Starr is going to go to victory lane. And that number 3. What a finish. And after all the wrecks and all that, we were expecting maybe a little bit of a calm finish, you know. But man, still side by side. Only about 10 or so competitive cars, but still, these guys finding a great way, or a way to have a great finish. Patrick Starr, I don't even know if he was in the Thanksgiving race last year, but definitely a good way to win his first Turkey Trot Challenge from Talladega. Look at our finishing results. Look at that. It was not exactly a tie. It was 0.004. Patrick Starr was ahead of Caleb Rose. Ryan COGGS in third. He still was there. Same thing with Cody Goforth. That was a close battle for third. Nathan Will 4th, Michael POELLOT 5th, Paul-Antoine Sierre 7th. Okay. POELLOT 6th, Sierre 7th, Olivier Sierre 8th, Lucas Holmes 9th. He was leading coming to the restart. Still finishes 9th, though. Max Sterling 10th, Derek Hamill 11th, Chase Harris 12th, Andrew Williams 13th, Ethan Farley 14th, Charlie Davenport 15th. All of those guys finished the race. Diego Vasquez, he probably could have done something if he did not have the header issue. Will finish 16th, Kyle McLeese 17th, Joshua Harrison 18th, Bradyn Perez 19th, Stephen Cologne 20th, Chase Harris 21st. A lot of these guys were involved in that wreck that happened, the last wreck, from about 17th down to past Mark Silas in 23rd, but Mike OXMALL in 24th. All those guys were involved in the most recent crash. Alejandro Cruz Jr., Jordan TIEGS, Wyatt Will Parrish, LJ Toledo, Arwen Basic, Jared Spaniel. They were all involved in that big crash. And then, of course, Casey Wells and Nathan Smith taken out in that 2-car spin. It was still a pretty bad crash. But once again, congrats to Patrick Starr on a very close win. I'll probably take some pictures of that and maybe throw them up on screen right now. But, man, close finish between those two. And, man, I mean, we expect the special races to come down to the wire. Halloween Havoc was really exciting with the last lap pass. Last year's Thanksgiving race is pretty exciting, too. But, yeah, it's going to end up being a Patrick Starr win for that 3 team. But, yeah, congrats to them on that win. Very well-deserved win. They started 28th, very deep in the field. But that doesn't matter where you start at Talladega. It just matters where you finish. But thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully this was entertaining on Thanksgiving. I don't really know when this is going to go up. Maybe tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night. But whenever it does, I hope you all enjoyed it, though. Congrats to Patrick Starr once again. And hopefully we'll see y'all whenever. Don't really know when the next race will be, but hopefully it will be before next Halloween Havoc. But thank y'all so much for watching. Congrats to Patrick, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.